Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Aaron here with the Rookie Geek, coming back at you with a little bit of a preemptive video. Not doing the review until tomorrow, but we're going to do this for Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League. For those of you who are not familiar, which I can guarantee almost that there's very few of you that aren't familiar. So Justice League came out in 2017, I believe. And it was, of course, a mixed bag of reviews, as a lot of current DC movies tend to be, for the most part, with the exception of maybe a couple. I'm a big fan. I think that the only truly good movie, like Wonder Woman, was good. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed Shazam too, but the only one that I would say belongs in the top 10 superhero movies of all time is Man of Steel. I know a lot of people don't feel that way. But if you really think about it, between the cast and Henry Cavill as Superman, what do you say? I mean, he is Superman. When you put all that together, it's just a great movie. It's a great telling of the Superman story. It's great. There's a great villain. We're villains. It was just fantastic. But with Justice League, much like a lot of the other DCU projects, it had some mixed reviews, and a lot of people considering Zack Snyder had some things go on. I won't go into it; it's a little bit tragic, but he had to leave the project, and I believe when he did that, they were about 20% of the way through post production. I don't want to say for sure, but they hadn't finished it yet. So Warner Brothers, of course, allowed him to deal with his personal stuff, and they handed it over to Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon made Avengers, the first Avengers movie and the second Avengers movie. I feel like he gets a little burnout if he does it for too long. At least that's the way he puts it. So Joss Whedon and Zack Snyder, both infamously great creators from a lot of different films, but they are very different styles. And in my opinion, Joss Whedon's style fits more with Marvel, whereas Zack Snyder fits a little more with DC. I would say that DC needs darker. I'm really excited for the Robert Pattinson Batman, so with that, I think that Snyder, it wasn't fair. He didn't get to realize the thing that he wanted. And, I'm on the fence because I haven't seen it yet of whether or not this is going to be the actual vision that he wanted, because I know he planned on doing 2 movies. And it being a 4-hour cut of Justice League, I'm glad that they cut it into parts so people don't complain. I'm one of those people that'll sit through the whole 4 hours and not even care. But I'm wondering if he was able to get all of his vision in there. For me, some expectations of going in, not expectations, but some hopes. I won't be disappointed if these things don't happen, but I would really like to see them. I would love to see Green Lantern. I would love to see a Green Lantern show up. Kyle Rayner Green Lantern is my favorite superhero of all time. And I'm not saying we need Kyle Rayner by any means, but I would just love to see more of the Green Lantern Corps, because at the beginning of Justice League in the original cut, when the Amazonians and the Atlanteans and the humans are all fighting against Steppenwolf and handed him his first victory, they had the old gods with Zeus and the rest, and when they do that, they say people from other worlds helped, or Wonder Woman does. She says, people from other worlds helped this. And when they do that, all of a sudden there is an alien Green Lantern just running around hacking people down. I cannot explain how excited I was in the movie theater to see that. But with this, a 4-hour cut, the early reviews are saying it's good. They're all, well, is it the greatest movie of all time? Greatest superhero movie of all time? No. And I've even had people that would say it's not even their favorite DCU film. We'll see. Because as of right now, my favorite DCU film is definitely Man of Steel. It just, leaps and bounds above the rest, especially things like Suicide Squad, which I wanted to be good so bad. But again, Warner Brothers has this tendency to get these amazing creative directors and then just cut their feet out underneath them. Now, what that is, I don't know if that's a bunch of people in a boardroom just making snap decisions that they think are okay economically, but, you know, the thing is, and I think that Marvel and Disney are starting to realize this too, after Endgame, when Cap catches, you know, Mjolnir, when in The Mandalorian season 2, when, spoiler, Luke shows up, you know, these are big fan service things that just make our jaws drop. And when I hear people like Ryan Coogler, who made Last Jedi, which is the only Star Wars movie I can think of that I was legitimately angry walking out of the movie theater. I could not do that movie at all. I know a lot of people like it. I've even heard people say that that's their favorite of the trilogy. But me personally, it just, you know, it didn't resonate well with me. And when they talked to Ryan Coogler after the fact, he was complaining that there's too much fan service. And I don't even know what that means. You're saying that you can make your audience too happy? I don't know. I think it's this mentality that, you know, people think they want this, but if you gave it to them, they wouldn't. But I think that's been debunked with so many things done by Marvel and Star Wars that have really just, you know, made our jaws drop to the floor. So with Justice League, I just, you know, the hope is that it's great. As far as I know right now, it's got a decent score on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that I put too much stake in that, because there are certain movies that I love that have horrible Rotten Tomatoes scores. So I don't think anybody that's had a lot of experience with paying attention to movies knows that that's not always a good bearing. Now, sometimes it is, but, you know, I think you can find that out, you know, other ways. So, I mean, the best way is to watch it, right? But with Justice League, I am excited. I want to see if they've added more than just new scenes that were cut out from the original. I assume they will. I mean, they put $40 million extra into this project, and Zack Snyder did it for free because he wanted to be able to creatively do what he wanted to do. So let's see it. I mean, I assume that it's going to be 4 hours of us inside the mind of Zack Snyder, and given that he had creative freedom, that makes me the most interested about this. But I gotta say that the most interesting thing about this entire story of the Zack Snyder cut is the fact that this is another thing like Deadpool that was basically fan driven. This was not a cut that existed. Everybody thought it existed, but it didn't. So they put in the money and the time, and Zack Snyder donated his time to make this happen. And when somebody has that kind of passion where they're willing to completely say no to money, not that really Zack Snyder needs, I'm sure he has enough money, but to do that when he could have, you know, made money off of that, I think is just, it says a lot for where his heart was making this. Now, when it comes to, I love all superheroes, but with if I had to pick a label, it would definitely be DC. I think they have the best villains. You know, and you know, some of the best heroes, but I think Marvel has got them a little licked on that one, just in the overall, just because Marvel's universe is so much bigger. But with this, I'm gonna say I'm going into this optimistic and happy. But I will be doing a review tomorrow, or not, yeah, I'll be doing it tomorrow because I'm not gonna get to watch it tonight. It is releasing at midnight Eastern Standard Time, or Pacific Standard Time. So it won't show up over here in Eastern Standard Time until about 3 a.m. So if you're a third shifter or somebody who's just a late night person and you want to stay up until like 7 a.m. watching Justice League, then more power to you. But I have to get up with a kid, so I will be watching it tomorrow. But when I get that done, I'm going to go ahead. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do the review on Friday. I want to give people a chance to actually watch the movie. On the off chance that this accidentally gets clicked on, or that gets actually accidentally clicked on, I mean, I will put spoilers all over it, as far as the text, to just warn people that there will be spoilers. But I am excited about tomorrow, guys. I cannot even express. It has been such a long road, about 4 years now, and there's been so many times where we didn't even think it was going to happen, but it's happening, and it's happening tomorrow. So, guys, you have yourself a good day. Please like and subscribe so I can continue bringing you more content. I will very much appreciate it, and I will see you all in a couple of days when I can get that Justice League review up and running. All right, have a good night, guys.